I didn't know what I was seeing, but it must have been part of the aircraft passing the front of my house and landing on Sherwood Crescent. The sky just turned bright orange.
So it was the most almighty explosion. The whole house shook. I couldn't move because of the shaking of the house. And I put my hand over my head and looked at the ceiling thinking, the house is going to collapse. And I really thought, this is where I die.
I was walking through tough stones, slates, tiles, you name it, it was there. In fact, there were probably pieces of people, but I didn't realise that at the time.
We saw, first of all, a young girl perched up on a chimney, and we could just see the foot, but she was still strapped in her seat, but still balanced up in that chimney.
Memories undimmed by time. At first they thought a military jet had crashed. Later, the cruel reality.
Someone put their head round the corner and said, there's a nose cone of a 747 lying at Thundergarth. And that completely changed the whole thing. Up until then, I was looking for 20 people possibly. And I was then sort of thinking to myself, I'm looking for 400 now.
It took time to recover the bodies. For days, townsfolk were guardians of the dead.
I know one young lad that he looked on there, and as the wind was blowing at night, he used to blow this part of the tarpaulin away. And this man was revealed with a dark hair, moustache. He says to me, he says, you know, I've got to know that guy. He says, because I see him every day. And that went on for 5-6 days. That.
Then they looked after their relatives. Many sought spiritual solace from the parish priest who'd miraculously survived the carnage of Sherwood Crescent when 11 neighbours died.
People came from America and other countries, obviously thinking about their own loved one, their father who died, their mother, their son, their child. But as soon as they reached Lockerbie, they looked about and they saw what had happened to this town, to this community, to this people. And their hearts were filled with sympathy for us. And they responded to us in our sorrow as we responded to them.
Mutual compassion led to friendships that have stood the test of time.
And I think that's the legacy of Lockerbie over the last 20 years, has been the humanitarian side of what happened here and the warm welcome that people would expect from the town when they come here to view the memorial or to visit friends or just to see where their loved ones died.
Opposite Thundergarth Church, the field where the Maid of the Sea's nose cone came to rest. Long since returned to pasture, to rural normality. And that's how they like it here.